If there was an X-Men villain that you had to face yourself and that you had to defeat, who would you want to battle? Leave it in the comment section below, guys. X-Men Blue, issue number 3. That's right, guys. Welcome back to Comic Frontline and Fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And yes, guys, like I said, we're talking about X-Men 3, written by Cullen Bunn. And the artwork this time around is done by George Molina and Ray Anthony Height. The artwork in the first part of this book is absolutely stellar. Really loved it. The colors make all the characters really come to life. The paneling's really nice in here. The Sentinels in this book, they look absolutely gorgeous. A great looking book while you read it. When you get to the end of this book, though, however, the artwork does change, and you do notice it quite a bit, and I felt that it took away from the book just ever so slightly. But enough about the artwork. Let's talk about the story inside. So, first things first, we wind up seeing our X-Men, our classic X-Men, wind up fighting Sentinels. And once again, the book does a pretty good job at reintroducing your characters, you know, just in case we don't know who they are. But I like when a book does that, because it really gets you familiar with them, what their powers are, and what they do. So we see Jean, we see Cyclops, we see Iceman, we see Beast, and they're all facing these Sentinels, and they're all trying to capture the our young X-Men here. And we also wind up meeting this new mutant, and her name is Valine, and she's a Spanish X-Men, and we wind up seeing that the Sentinels aren't the one that caused the destruction of where they're at. It was actually the mutant. And so these Sentinels are quite different this time around. They're not trying to destroy the mutants, they're trying to actually protect them. They start talking, they're like, yes, we are your fellow mutant, or your fellow mutants, we're here to protect you. And so what happens is they wind up capturing them, they put them in these bubbles, they wind up shuttling them to an unknown place, and it was cool how they give you this like little descriptions on what the Sentinels are, what they do to mutants, how they're killing machines, and how the mutants, or our X-Men, are actually very reserved about what's going on, but they wanted to find out where they're going. And so in this particular issue, you wind up seeing a villain in here that I don't think we've seen since the 90s. So Cullen Bunn brings somebody back that you're like, holy cow, that is pretty awesome. So I'm going to spoil it. If you don't want to listen, just fast forward a little bit or just read your copy first. So the character's name is Bastian. And I really wasn't familiar with this character because in 1996, I wasn't really reading comics. So I was like, who is this guy? So he first appeared in X-Men number 52. And then in 1996, he appeared his first full appearance in Uncanny X-Men issue number 333. So that's when he appeared. And he appeared from a giant robot Sentinel by the name of Master Mold. And then he absorbed some other things, and so that's how he kind of came. And so like he kind of controls like all the Sentinels and stuff like that. And so the X-Men are very reserved about what's happening here, and it feels like he's not given the true story, or they're just like, well, why are you protecting us? And so as the issue progresses, you get to see the story of why our characters survived. And it was a quite interesting story in how he made it into this time period, which I thought was also very nice. And I'll let you guys read that for yourselves. And so right when we get the reveal that, that Jean Grey's like, well, why do you want to protect this? The only reason why Bastian wants to protect the X-Men is because they're on threat of extinction, so he wants to see them flourish so he can extinct them himself. So I was just like, wow, that's just such a weird mission parameter, you know? And I was like, that is insane. He wants them to flourish, he wants them to grow, and then right when, you know, they're perfectly all populated and happy, he wants to destroy them himself. So that's why he doesn't want to kill them right now. And they tried to kill him, and since it's not his mission parameter, he winds up like disappearing, and that's the last that we wind up seeing with him. We see some good moments at the end of this book with Jean and Cyclops, so you get to see their relationship kind of developing, but in a little bit of a different way. So I really appreciated that. And again, towards the end of the book, that's where the artwork changed for me, and it just dropped off a little bit, but it was a good story. So what did I think about this book? I liked it. I liked the Sentinels in this particular issue. They're always this big threat. They're always this classic type of villain or robots that always threaten the mutants. And to bring them back is very nostalgic. And then when you bring back a character like Bastion, he's another one that is a very 90s-like character. But we haven't seen him for a while. And I thought Cullen Bunn has done a nice job at explaining to the reader of who he was, where he kind of came from, and how he got to the point now. So I could really appreciate that there. The only thing I was a little bit disappointed in this issue was, again, the artwork change, and also there was no Magneto this time around. We didn't get to see like a flashback to him to see what he's up to or anything like that. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. So, but overall, I thought it was a good story. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm really enjoying X-Men Blue. So, guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of X-Men Blue, issue number 3, and what's your favorite X book at this point? There's quite a few of them. There's Old Man Logan, there's X-23, there's Weapon X, there's X-Men Blue, there's X-Men Gold, and there's going to be more in the future. So what's your favorite one up until this point? So again, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Don't forget to check out comicfrontline.com. If you like, check out our live show that we have each and every Tuesday night, starting around 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about the Comics Week's news, and we talk about our top 5, our most anticipated comic books of the week, and a whole lot more. So again, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and until that next comic book review, Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. Bye.